This is cardboard, and this is a sword that I made out of it. And this is a cardboard sword I made a couple weeks ago. Notice anything different? This one's a lot floppier, a lot smaller, and a lot less sharp. So, how did I go from a flimsy bit of cardboard to a strong usable blade? Let me show you. So the first thing we have to figure out is how to make the cardboard stronger. So to do this, I'm going to run a simple experiment. I've got 6 pieces of cardboard, wood hardener for the first 2, Gorilla Glue for the second 2, and for the last 2, I'm going to mix wood hardener with the Gorilla Glue. But before applying any of these to the cardboard, the first thing I'm going to do is flatten the top 3. By compressing them down, the idea is it will make them stronger. Once that was done, I applied an even coat of both wood hardener and Gorilla Glue to each piece, making sure to label them so I knew which one was which. As soon as I figured out which one was the strongest and would make a good blade, then we could move on to actually making the sword. So I left them to dry for 24 hours. When I came back to it, it was not looking good. In fact, I don't think it actually made the cardboard any stronger. It was as strong as it was before. So I'm gonna have to figure something else out, but for now, I'm gonna move on to something I can do, and that's build the sword. So since I wasn't sure how to make the cardboard strong yet, I figured I'd at least start by making the shape of the sword, and come back to reinforce it later. First I traced and cut out the sword I was recreating, then I used a rolling pin to compress the cardboard and make it flatter and denser. The shape was looking good, but it was way too thin. So time to repeat it 5 more times. Each time I flattened the cardboard, traced out the sword, and then cut it out. Once I had 6 identical pieces, I glued them together. But not all at once. I made 2 stacks of 3. Why? You'll see in a bit. Now, I may have went overboard with how much glue I used, but I really wanted to make sure this sword was strong. And who knows, maybe having a center that's strong with glue will help it later on. Once the glue had dried, I started refining the shape even more. I needed a clear edge where the 2 sides met, so I grabbed my Stanley knife and carefully carved that out. The blade was finally starting to look good. The shape was solid, but then came the real problem. The same one I was avoiding from the start. The cardboard still wasn't strong enough. So now what? Since my earlier experiment was a complete failure, I kinda hit a wall, until I looked over one of my old builds, my resin axe. This funky blue thing. That's resin, it's basically a liquid that hardens like a rock. Just a quick heads up though, it's toxic, so don't go sniffing it. That's when the idea hit me. What if I cover the cardboard in resin? If I give it a solid outer shell, maybe it will actually be strong enough to be sharpened. I mixed up a cup of resin, grabbed both sides of the sword and started coating them. Since I hadn't glued them together yet, the idea was the resin would cling to each side and not run off while it's drying. I let it cure for 24 hours and then came back to the sketchy part, and that was removing the cardboard from the plastic it cured on. I was very nervous because I was terrified the cardboard was just going to rip. It really didn't help the horrid noises it was making as I was removing it. Luckily, I didn't have any accidents. The cardboard was really feeling way more stronger now. Since the outer shell had worked, it was time to glue them together, turning it from 2 pieces into 1 sword. Oh, and by the way, here's a great time to mention, I don't think I've had a build make me wait as long as this one, because the glue also had to take 24 hours to dry. Once again, I used an ungodly amount of glue, and I also spread it evenly. The last thing I wanted was uneven drying and for the sword to not properly be connected, as I only had 1 shot at gluing these pieces together. The plan was to sharpen the outer layer of resin. This would make it sharp, relying on the resin, not the cardboard itself. Even before sanding it, it already felt much stronger and quite sharp. Now at first, I grabbed the wrong type of sandpaper. I used sandpaper meant for metal. It was also way too fine to do anything useful. So I switched to my Dremel. This worked way better. I sanded off a lot to get a clear edge. Now you might have realized that I actually sanded off all the resin too, but that's okay. I had got it to a good shape and made a lot of progress. But there was only cardboard left on the most important part, the blade. So back to the resin table. I mixed up a small batch, just enough to cover the blade. Using my hands with gloves, I rubbed it in, trying to get it in all of the little gaps. Hopefully the cardboard will absorb the resin and make it even stronger, so then when I go back to sanding it, it's a blade, so it's usable and have the ability to cut. Once I had rubbed it in, I left it to cure again. This time though, I made a very stupid move. I rested it on some painted pop sticks so it wouldn't stick to the plastic. Although the pop sticks did come off, the paint did not, and the paint was stuck in the resin. So I'm going to have to sand that off. When it came to sanding it again, I had the correct type of sandpaper this time. However, I ran into the exact same problem and I ended up sanding all the resin off again. And this is where I made the most stupid mistake of this whole video. I was feeling like I could have done things a bit better, so I restarted. I cut out a bunch more cardboard until I had 6 pieces. And if you were wondering where I'm getting all this cardboard from, I've been raiding the bins out the back of the local shops. I have no shame. Anyway, I took all the pieces outside. This time, instead of using a rolling pin, I just stepped on it. Because believe it or not, I weigh more than a rolling pin. obviously. Right before coating them in resin, I also had to peel all the tape off. I'd also done a bit of research and found out that you can actually use baking paper as a bit of a base, because apparently resin doesn't stick to it. Bit of a game changer, no more paint in my resin. This time I tried a new method. I coated the first piece in resin on both sides and made sure to spread it evenly. Then I got the next piece and coated that, stacked it on top and kept repeating until all 6 were done. The theory was simple. If the resin was between each layer, it'd be super strong and maybe even easier to sharpen. Without, the resin would just stand off like last time. Once they were all stacked on top of each other, I laid down one more sheet of baking paper and threw on 30 kilos. That's about 66 pounds. Then I left it to dry for 48 hours to make sure it was completely cured all the way through. When I came back, I was not too happy. You see, the cardboard was really squishy, but I still had hope. Maybe when I cut into it, I'll be able to see all the resin and it's still super strong. So I cut into it and I couldn't see the resin. All I could see was dry cardboard. However, it still was stronger. I could not separate the pieces without ripping the cardboard. Maybe it's going to be squishy, but I can sharpen it somehow. So I wasn't ready to give up. I cut out the rest of the shape, and once it was done, it looked terrible. Super squishy, way too flexible, basically the opposite of a sword. And at this point I only had 2 options, give up or go back to the original sword. And that was my biggest mistake. I wasted 4 days on this second attempt for absolutely nothing. So how was I going to fix my first attempt? Simple, I was just going to pick up where I left off. I went straight back to sanding. I spent hours on it, sharpening it until it looked just right. I also sanded off all the paint that had transferred over from those pop sticks earlier. Annoying, but necessary. At this point, the sword needed one more final coat of resin. This coat would be super thin, just enough to seal the edges and cover the spots where I'd sanded off the paint. I rubbed it on by hand, carefully spreading it until the coverage was smooth and even. Then I left it to cure, hopefully for the last time. Once it was dry, I gave it a final sand down, this time very lightly. I didn't want to remove much resin, just enough for a smooth and clear edge. The blade was now as sharp as I could get it, but the build wasn't over yet. I still needed to do one last thing. And that was build a handle. For the handle, I grabbed some leftover cardboard and started cutting. The plan was just to cut out 4 pieces and glue them to each side, just to give the handle a bit of a different look. After I cut out all the pieces, I laid them out and then glued them together. I glued the handle to the tang. The tang is the centerpiece of the handle that connects to the blade. I put glue on the last piece, spread it evenly, and put it on top. Anyway, after it all dried, I didn't like how square it was, so I grabbed a knife and tried to round it off a bit. But it didn't really work, so I thought it would be easier just to start over. I carefully removed the handle by both cutting and ripping it off. This time I wanted to make it more circular, like a real handle. So I grabbed a bit of cardboard and cut vertical lines down the sheet. That way it could bend into a round shape without losing its strength. So I grabbed another sheet of cardboard and cut vertical lines down the whole piece, being careful not to cut all the way through. I wrapped it tightly around the tang of the sword, glued it down and left it to dry. While that dries, I'm going to move on to the crossguard. I cut out a rectangle shape with a smaller rectangular hole in the middle so I could slide it over the blade. But once I had cut it out, it didn't feel right. It wasn't thick enough. So I traced it onto another bit of cardboard, cut that one out, and then glued them together. The last thing I have to do is cut out an oval piece to be the cap at the bottom of the handle. I traced around the sword, cut it out very carefully, and glued it on. Finally, I slid the crossguard into place and added the last bit of glue, and just like that, the sword was complete. And finally, after 3 weeks of building the sword, I finally finished it. I don't know how this took me 3 weeks, but it did. And wow, it felt amazing. The balance was perfect, the handle fit in my hand just right, and it looked awesome too. But most importantly, it felt really good to swing. Looking at it, it kind of reminds me of the sort of loot you'd get early on in a game like Skyrim, and it probably does about the same amount of damage too. But there's a question on my mind, and I'm sure it's the same question all of you guys are thinking. Will it cut? I had 2 targets lined up, cardboard and an apple. Starting with the cardboard, and it didn't go well. It basically did nothing. I tried for a while, but 0 damage. And that gave me no hope for the apple, but when I tried slicing the apple, it did a bit better. Still not enough to make me happy though. Instead of slicing, I'm going to try swinging the sword. And this time it worked. Even though I didn't put much power behind it, it did a decent amount of damage. I kept swinging it, each time hitting it a little bit harder, until this happened. And I actually cut the apple in half. But I wasn't done yet. I wanted to throw the apple in the air and give it a swing. I wanted to see how well it would do. And it obliterated the apple. Considering this is just cardboard and resin mixed together, it's crazy how much damage it's done to this apple. Don't get me wrong, there are definitely things I could have done to make it even stronger and sharper, but there's no taking away from the result it's given. There is no way just normal cardboard would work this well. After putting it through rigorous testing, not only did the blade hold up, but the juices didn't affect the cardboard at all. It's not as sharp as a metal sword, but it's definitely sharper than a clubbing weapon. This may not be the sharpest tool in the shed, but it definitely does its job. What do you guys think? Let me know if you enjoyed the build. If you guys have any ideas of anything else I should make, leave it in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed the content, subscribe. I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. And thanks for watching.